Recently, everyone around me started to read this book, Atomic Habit, and I don't want to be left behind, so I carefully read through every single line of the book. I read this book also because I just wanted to become a better person. By better, I mean get up earlier, snooze less, cook more, eat less, exercise more, drive less, learn more, Instagram less, basically create more, consume less. So today, I'd like to share with you my biggest takeaways from the book Atomic Habit, including some details you might miss even if you've already read the book. Before we talk about habits, we need to talk about success. And success is not a finish line. Success is a system. In today's world, we quantify every single thing that we can. The grades you earn in school, the salary you earn at work, the likes you get on social media. But real success cannot be really measured by numbers or any metrics. It is more like a system that we adapted to that foster continuous improvement no matter what does the current number shows. With this mindset that success is more like a system rather like a finish line, we can now talk about how to develop some healthy and good habits that make us more successful. Now, when it comes to habits, this book talks about the thing that makes keeping good habits so difficult is that it has delayed gratification. But as human beings, we always want things that are fast and fun. This property is like programmed into our genes all the way back to ancient time. However, we have brains from our ancestors, but temptations they never had to face. That's why we cannot resist from scrolling through social media or binge watching Netflix. In comparison, good habits have delayed gratification. You don't get fast and fun when starting an online course. You don't get fast and fun when applying to jobs. You don't get fast and fun when running a marathon. What you get is first, a valley of disappointment, followed by what people call an overnight success. You ask one person for feedback every single day for 100 days to improve the business idea that you have. This process makes you have so much self-doubt and you don't see much immediate return. In one day, you get 1 million investment from the VC. You filmed, edited, published one video per week for a year, but didn't even reach 100 subscribers on YouTube. Until one day, one of your videos blew up and you got 1,000 subscribers in a day. To develop a good habit, we need to understand that as human beings, we are always intended to do things that are fast and fun. But good habit comes with that valley of disappointment. This valley is worth the climb because whatever comes after is something much better than just fast and fun. So how to push ourselves through that valley of disappointment? Here's what I learned. First, screw motivation and think about identity. Quoting from this book, the only reason that you are stuck with a habit is because of your identity. For example, if we want to get up early every day, the biggest thing that we need to do is to trick our mind and believe that we are morning people. We're not procrastinators. We're the type of people that will get up early, finish things before everyone even start working. Without believing that we are that type of people, our mind will not help us when it comes to subconscious choices. And if we believe in that identity so hard, this mindset will be reflected on every single actions that we take, either consciously or subconsciously. Second, screw the self-doubt about your self-control. You don't lack self-control. However, we need to think about whether the habit we are trying to keep is aligned with our strength and personality. This book says that a habit wouldn't stick to you if it doesn't feel easy to you. So don't choose a habit just because you see everyone else is doing it. Someone else say it is so cool and good. Just because somebody else is doing it or somebody else thinks it's good, doesn't mean it's a good fit for you. Habits are easier to perform and more satisfying to stick with when they align with our natural inclinations and abilities. This is also super relevant to whether we can become, successful in a field. The secret is to choose the right game to play. I used to think that I like self-control to run every single day like my other friends. It turns out that I didn't really consider what is my strength and what kind of exercise do I like to do. I always think that I'm a dancer, I'm not a runner. So all it took for me is to change this running habit that I try to keep to a dancing habit. And now I can exercise every day without even feeling that I'm trying hard to exercise. So we need to try to align our habit with our strength and personality. Another thing that helps to get through this valley of disappointment is clarity. We often procrastinate on, getting started with trying out a habit because we don't know exactly when and where to do what thing. We wait for a perfect timing and perfect location, or we wait for when I'm ready or when this idea comes to me. There's no such thing as a perfect timing. Quoting from this book, many people spend the entire life waiting for the time to be right to start making an improvement. That's why we need to bring clarity to this game. We need to tell our brain when and where to do what thing, and start small. Don't need to be perfect. The importance is to take an action. We don't need to find a perfect way to lose weight. What we need to do is to start losing weight. And obviously, I don't have to. And there's a difference between being in motion versus taking an action. Being in motion is about planning and strategizing or learning. It is good. However, no result will be shown if you don't take an action. An action can lead to a result. Instead of watching all the YouTube videos about how to lose weight, we can start by deleting our food delivery app. Hide the junk foods into a cabinet. Do one set of exercise. And that's all about clarity. Setting when and where to do what thing, and start small but start taking an action. Environment design can be super helpful for forming good habits. I used to think that self-discipline is the secret to success, and I don't have such a thing. It turns out that what we call disciplined people are simply people who are good at putting themselves into an environment that doesn't require self-discipline. Disciplined people will still eat that bag of junk food if it is placed in front of them. However, disciplined people will probably just hide their junk foods into a cabinet instead of placing it out there. It's the same for any habit. If we surround ourselves by the positive cues of that habit, or people who already developed that habit, then it will be super easy and natural for us to develop the same habit. In ancient China, we have this thing called feng shui, and people pay so much for feng shuiers to rearrange the furniture of their home, to place this special bamboo at a special corner, and that brings them luck. And that's a super obvious example of environment design. If your desk is next to your bed, it's very likely for you to go back to bed when you are not supposed to. All you need to do is to change the location of your bed and the desk, to face your desk to the window, and then you don't see your bed that often. So if we want to start a certain habit, we can start by redesigning the environment around us and surround ourselves with the cues of that habit. Here's a short summary. Good habits always come with a valley of disappointment, but this valley is worth the climb. To develop a good habit, we first need to re-identify our identity. We need to design the habit so that it aligns with our strength and personality. We need to bring clarity to our plan and start taking small actions. We can also redesign our environment to make positive cues more obvious and negative cues disappear. And what I said in this video is just a small part of this book. So if you want to read this book, I put the link in the description and you can check that out. Finally, if you like my video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much and see you next time!